Let's get that oven preheated to 425 degrees, and we're going to start building our dough. Starting off with 1 cup of all-purpose flour.
Some people use a knife for this, but side of the spoon handle works great.
Yeah. And scrape it onto your bench so you have bench flour for later. Next up, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. And then soda's best friend, baking powder. We're going to do 2 teaspoons.
And you can get aluminum free if you're worried about Alzheimer's.
You could. I'm going to do 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then half that again. I just find that's the best measurement for this particular recipe.
I just can't believe you're making 2 biscuits. I can never make fewer than 6.
Well, no matter how much you're making, you can sift it with a clean, dry whisk and make sure everything is very well incorporated and fluffy and clump free. Okay. Our fat today is going to be butter. And, sometimes I use mayonnaise.
Yes.
But we're going to talk about that later. That's going to be another video. So here's my butter method. I take a butter knife. I make a little mark. I don't even cut that paper. Don't even cut the paper. Make an indentation and get the paper off. And then what? Shredder. You just shred until you reach that mark. Now, why do I do that?
Oh, so you can quickly incorporate it into the flour and everything, without messing with it too much.
Exactly.
Because we're not trying to form any gluten proteins.
Gluten is not our friend.
Yeah.
In this particular situation. So, for this, hands are definitely best. You want to lightly coat every little shred with dust and then start to slowly squish.
You're kind of just like encapsulating the flour and other dry ingredients with the fat.
Yeah. And when you can do this, you're done. That's perfect.
Or wet sand.
Kind of like kinetic sand. Yeah. The liquid today is going to be buttermilk. We're going to start with 1/2 cup. And that's because you can always add, but it's very hard to take away. And I'm not a hand person. I like to use a spatula.
Yeah. For myself, I use my hand, but I keep my fingers spread.
Yeah.
So less force.
And if it's looking clumpy like that, you're going to do a blush with about 3 or 4 O's.
Yeah.
And then if it still looks...
That's a blush.
Blush. And what are we going for?
Sticky, shaggy.
Shaggy mass, as they say in the biz. So, now we're on to the folding and shaping.
Hey, look, that flour from earlier.
That's right. Spread that out. Get that shaggy mass out on the board. And get a lot of flour on the hands, and we're going to pat. Going to pat it out to about 1/2 inch uniformly across the entire shaggy mass. And then we're going to fold. Some people get fancy and they fold it into thirds and stuff. I don't think that's necessary. Just fold it in half. And then what? Do it again.
Yeah.
And then what?
Do it again.
Do it again.
But always being like real gentle with the pats. Like it is a pat. You're not pushing, you're not squishing.
It's a love pat. And
when it's kind of squishy.
When it wants to spring back like that, you're almost done. You fold it one more time and watch. That spring, that's what you're looking for. Now we're done.
That little tiny biscuit dough.
Cut it. Yeah, it must look so cute.
It's so cute.
To someone who's made 140 biscuits at one time. Then we do it exactly in half. I like to weigh it, just to make sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then once you have it, you can fold it one more time. Get that scale out of the way.
Okay, so we're going for some cat head biscuits.
Oh, yeah.
The biscuits are going to be the size of a tomcat's head.
Big boys.
Yeah, which is perfect for sandwich making.
Absolutely. But
that looks like you cut it. That is nice and round.
Yeah. You shape it up. You don't need to cut it. And the advantage here is like you're not going to end up with a bunch of waste, and you're not going to end up with a bunch of little tiny biscuits that you can't really do anything with. Like, this is 2 perfectly large, delicious biscuits. Get that on a pan and put that to the side. Refrigerator, maybe. I don't know. We're going to need 2-ounce portions of breakfast sausage. And we all know what kind of breakfast sausage we love. We don't have to talk about what that is.
Hot.
Plastic wrap is your friend.
That was water he was flicking.
Spritz a little water on there, and that's going to allow you to get it very, very thin. And that's really key to the overall construction of the sandwich. Like, you're going to end up with sausage balls if you don't spread it out about as big as your hand. Do it twice. And guess what? Put that aside. Eggs. 2 eggs. You don't need 4 eggs.
Yes, you do.
You don't need 3 eggs. 2 is plenty. You could even get by with 1. I know. A little salt. Your favorite black pepper. Today we're going with wild Timor peppers.
Oh yeah, those are kind of like more like a Szechuan.
Oh, so good.
Tingly, spicy.
Absolutely. And then beat the devil out of them. Okay. Pretty much ready to go. Set a timer for 15 minutes and get your biscuits in the oven that is preheated to 425. Grab a couple pans. 1 for sausage, 1 for eggs. And get them greased up.
With your reserved bacon fat from the other time that you made bacon.
Absolutely. So when you have 10 minutes left, you're going to see that those pans are nice and hot, about 350 degrees. And you slap those patties down. And basically don't touch them unless you have to.
Well, it's a good thing you made them big. Look at that.
Right. So you see one's shrinking a little bit more than the other. So about halfway through the process, I flipped positions so they'd kind of even out there. Now, when you got...
That's the thing about working with your home stove. You know, you got to know.
Yeah, you never know. And when you got 5 minutes left, flip them. Make sure to keep that egg pan about 350 degrees. Move it off the heat if you have to. And when you reach about 1 minute and that pan is at 350, throw in your eggs and cook them for 1 minute, not a minute more. Turn it off. Done. Patties off. Eggs done. Biscuits out. Biscuits very heavy. Be careful. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
2 perfect biscuits.
Yes. And then make a sandwich. I don't need to show you how to make a sandwich, but we're going today with some Manchego, some nutritional yeast, and some hot sauce.
Yes.
Time to eat.
Delicious. Perfect.
So,
2 biscuits.
Yeah, there you go. So what will this channel be? Do you know?
Stick around. The only way you're going to find out is if you like and subscribe.
Oh, I like it.